Hey everybody, McJesse12,000 here. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I know I am. But let's go ahead and get started in this video. So today I'm going to be talking about a book called Frenzy. And this book is a middle-aged novel. It's for those people who are middle school or are going into middle school. This book was a very interesting read for me. It was a good book, but it was very interesting. Because mainly, I'm not in middle school anymore. I am in high school. So, this was a very interesting read for me because it was going back to that middle-aged mindset, and it was a good story, honestly. I enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and let you know what it's about, and then I'm going to tell you what good things I liked about it, and then I'll tell you about the things that I could have improved on. So this book is about a boy in this story, and this boy is going to camp. He's going to a camp in the woods, and when he's at camp, the camp is attacked by all of the animals in the forest. The animals are after them. They don't know why. They don't know what's going on, but they're after them. And the only way they can be safe is to get to the safe point. But that's a far away. That's not close from there. It's very far. And so he and the other kids from camp, some other kids, try to get to that safe point. And that's what it's about, that relationship with the characters and them getting to the safe point. It was a very good read for me, and I enjoyed it. Now, the good things that I liked about this story was the ups, the good was these characters. That's one thing. The characters in the story, they're very good characters. They have a good backstory. They have a good way leading up to the characters and that relationship with the characters. The author did a very good job on that. The events in the story, what led up to the events and the upcoming stuff, and the things that led to those events, though, that's very important to me, and I enjoyed that in this story. The next thing that I enjoyed in the story was the plot. It was a good plot. It was an awesome plot. I enjoyed the plot. The plot of the story, great. That was good. Good plot, good events, things leading up to them, and the events itself. All that's very important. The events, how you set them up, the plot of the story, what's the plot, the characters in the story, what's their background, all of that. All of that is very important, and the author did a very good job on that. I enjoyed those. The next thing I enjoyed about them was the nicknames. The nicknames in the story, I enjoyed that because those were like little Easter eggs for me, and it's very important to have something for the author for the readers to look forward to. The author needs to put in something in the book. When he writes a book, a author needs to put the stuff that will captivate their audience. Easter eggs are one of those things that captivate them. It's the same thing with movies. People look forward to seeing those Easter eggs, and they're hard to find in books and in movies. They're hard to find. It's not easy, and some books don't even have them, but it's great to have them, in my opinion, because that's something that captivates their audience. It makes it more appealing to them. And so I enjoyed that. It was little things to look for me, and it's important to have those. Now, next thing I enjoyed it was the postcards. The postcards was great because the postcards it gave you a little bit information about the main character. It gave you an insight on what's going on in his head. Basically, throughout the story, he's writing postcards to his parents. And that's good. I enjoyed that. That shows great character, but also it shows a little bit on what's going on in his head, and I enjoy that. It's the same thing. It's similar to the Time Traveler's book, which you can see links down below. It was another book review that I did not too long ago, and in that story, there was also passages from another book that gave you insight on what was going on inside that character that the passages were talking about, which were good. And I enjoyed that, seeing those in that book. Same here. The postcards throughout the story, you get to see what's going on in his head, which is great. I enjoyed that. Problems with the book, well, it was very slow. It was slow getting started, and that's very hard for Arthur to do, make it not slow. I know that for a fact. And because I've read books, and also I've been writing myself. Now nothing's been published, but I like writing stories, and it's hard to make points in it not slow, because it's hard. It's just hard. And so that's something that's very important to do. It's in those slow points that you need to put in something for the reader to look forward to. Otherwise, he's not, or she is not going to want to continue reading the story. They're going to put it back on the shelf. If it's slow, it's not going to be enjoyable for the reader. And so I had to pull myself through those slow points, but it was still a good book overall, and I definitely recommend it. Alright, so another thing about the book is, and I don't know if this bugs you or if you're against this, is basically this story supports the idea, it encourages is a better word for it. It encourages the idea of young dating. It supports the idea of young dating, as in these kids are in like middle school or going into middle school, and they're dating. And so it supports that idea. It supports the idea of dating in high school, middle school. And if you're against that, I don't recommend this book for you guys. Or if your parents are against it, I don't recommend it either. And so, but if you're okay with that, and your parents are okay with that, then I'm fine with it. Go ahead. You may enjoy this book. If you're okay with that, it may be for you. But I know some people have problems with that. And so beware, that is in the story. Alright, so that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know I did. And I definitely recommend this book. I probably gives it 4-star rating, maybe. It definitely had its good points, but had its slow points as well in it. There were things that there were parts in the book that were really slow, so I just didn't enjoy those parts. And so that's why I give it a 4. It's not awesome, like fantastic, but it's a good book, and I definitely recommend it. And so that's the end of the video. I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you all later, to infinity and beyond.